Welcome. I'm Kip Hansen, contributing editor to Manufacturing Engineering and Smart Manufacturing Magazine, and this is another SME Media webinar. Today we'll be covering the TIMTOS TMTS 2022 Machine Tool Show, which is the first ever alliance of two major machine tool shows. The TIMTOS TMTS Mega Show is hosted in Taipei Nangang Exhibition Center Hall 1 and 2, physically from February 21st to the 26th, and online from February 21st to March 21st. This webinar is organized by Taiwan's Bureau of Foreign Trade. Earlier today, we hosted a webinar focused on developments in smart machinery. It included CNC machine builder Tongtai, precision saw manufacturer Dees, hydraulic press manufacturer Everising, and a keynote speech from Steve Ortner, president of machine tool distributor Absolute Machine Tools. Our afternoon session is titled Developments in Precision Auxiliary and Machine Parts. As with the first session, we will feature interviews with three leading equipment manufacturers and distributors who are exhibiting at TIMTOS TMTS, followed by a keynote speech and Q&A session. Before I turn things over to our presenters, I'd like to outline how the webinar will proceed and a couple of housekeeping items. On the right side of the screen, you'll find a question and answer box. If at any time during the presentation you'd like to ask a question, please type it in this box and send it along. These questions will be answered at the end of the presentation. Should we run out of time, the questions will be sent to our speakers and you'll receive an answer by email. Also, should you experience any difficulty during the webinar, such as a blank screen or a lack of sound, please use the Q&A box to alert us and we will respond individually in writing with a suggested fix. That brings us to the final housekeeping item. Should you experience a difficulty such as this, the presentation will be available in recorded form at about 4 o'clock Eastern Time today. You may then watch the recorded version of this webinar at a time and place when you have more bandwidth. You may also watch the webinar as many times as you wish to catch details you might have missed or for any other reason. Simply sign in again using the credentials you used to join us now. In addition, feel free to share those credentials with colleagues who might benefit from learning more about this topic. Our first presenter this afternoon is Taichung-based HIWIN, which was established in 1989. The company offers a broad range of industrial products including ball screws and linear guideways, robots and automation components, end effectors, bearings, and more. It is represented in more than 10 countries and has research and development centers in Tokyo and Offenburg, Germany. HIWIN's corporate philosophy is to integrate global resources for continuous innovation to provide a better way of life and a better working environment for mankind, to achieve the goal of continuous operation through practices of professional excellence, working enthusiasm, and enterprise responsibility. With that, I'd like to introduce Maurice Chang, Senior Director at HIWIN, who will be interviewed by Daniel Benitez, the Taiwan correspondent for the Society of Manufacturing Engineers at the TIMTOS TMTS exhibition. Good morning, Daniel.
We are here at the TIMTOS and TMTS 2022 exhibition, where we are going to be learning about small components and accessories. Let's go visit three companies, so let's go. We are currently at the HIWIN booth in TIMTOS and TMTS exhibition, and we are going to be joined by Mr. Maurice. Welcome.
Hi.
We would like to know what new products are you going to be showcasing in the HIWIN exhibition today?
Okay, my name is Maurice from HIWIN Technology. We are global number 2 in terms of linear motion product. It's my honor today, I'm going to share with you a couple of our intelligent products. First, I think would be the Intelligent 4.0 Intelligent Ball Screw. I think we have 4 functions. Through our hybrid sensor we install in the ball screw, then we can detect the life prediction. So it will helping the plant manager and engineer in the production to do the predictive maintenance. And the second function is to detect the vibration. So the machine can produce a component in a very precise and a good quality way. In case there is abnormal vibration, then the production manager and the engineer can go and check and stop the machine, so the good product will keep producing. The third function is for the temperature control. Once we can control the product in the thermal-friendly condition, we can keep producing the good quality product. In case the temperature increase in an abnormal condition, we can go and check and stop the production to avoid the product making not a good quality product. And that's the fourth function is about the smart lubrication. The smart lubrication, through our edge computing, we can send the big data to our computer and we calculate. We offer optimum lubrication as necessary. So by this smart manufacturing, we can save up to 80 kilos of CO2 emission in 1 year, which is really a green and good product for customers to achieve ESG and the green manufacturing. Also, the other benefit is we can, through the IoT's help, these four functions can send to the plant manager or the production engineer, so we can control the plant's facility from remote site. So really is a good and smart product. Thank you.
Yeah, that sounds very interesting. Now, can you introduce the next product?
Okay. The next I'm going to introduce is the torque motor rotating table. I think HIWIN is the only one in Taiwan and the only two in Asia who can capable of producing a good quality torque motor rotating table. With this direct drive technology, there will be no backlash and also very high acceleration. With this product, we can produce the precision mode and also for the automotive, like the auto parts component, they need a very precision. For example, the electrical vehicles battery tray. They are not only the battery tray to protect the battery, but also part of the precision chassis to offer optimum performance of the car. The number three, it can be used in the medical application as well. Those medical customers, they are using our direct drive torque motor rotating table to produce artificial joint for the body. So we are helping the patients to have very good quality of life. The number four application can be used in the 3C and the semiconductor application. So a lot of mobile phone related component can be produced through our precision torque motor rotating table. The last is for the EDM application. For EDM, we can have IP68 production level, means the table is under the water and you're doing the electrical discharge machining, especially for a very precision stylus head for the wafer application and also for the medical application. Even customer, they're producing the stand for the patient, they need this stylus to do the production. Right. So this is the direct drive torque motor rotating table. Really happy to offer this product to our customer globally.
Yes. So as I understand, you need to have a very high precision for the medical industry, and I think HIWIN does a very good job at that.
Yeah, thank you. Really, we did help a lot of customers and patients globally to improve their lives through our good product.
Yes. So is there any other product you would like to introduce?
The next product I would share with you is our vehicle ball screw. I think for our vehicle ball screw, I think it's important because we have 4 different kind of applications to help the automotive industry and help the driver to achieve the ADAS, Advanced Driver Assistance System function. For the first one is the braking system. And the second one is the steering system. The number 3 is in the transmission gearbox. We are helping the customer's car to do the automatic gearbox transmission. The number 4 is under testing now is the active suspension. So those 4 important functions are really helping the customer today while you are driving a car with a very comfortable, even with a level 2 or higher levels driving technology. HIWIN's ball screw play a very important part in the heart of the ADAS system.
Yes. So you mentioned the suspension system is under testing?
Yes, we are now working with the global tier 1 supplier. Now we are now doing the testing.
And the next product is the robot?
Yes, it's my pleasure. I would like to introduce with you for the whole series of HIWIN's product. We are the only company in the world we have the full series of the robot to helping the customer. So I'm going to start introduction one by one.
Yes.
Thank you.
So there are 4 different types of robots,
Yeah,
right?
so we have the 6-axis robot. They are most flexible and complicated like our human arm. So you can do the welding application like we have seen today, and also can do the pick and place automation to help customer achieve the smart automation. And the second robot is the wafer robot. The wafer robot, without direct drive technology, it can helping customer in the semiconductor and the 3C industry, PCB industry to achieve plant automation and producing a good product. The third robot we are introducing on show today is the SCADA robot. SCADA robot also can integrate with a CCD camera, can do the automation pick and place, and also do the quality inspection. And the number 4 is really a very high-speed robot. We call it the Delta robot. With Delta robot today on show, you can see this high speed, we can do the pick and place, dispensing, gluing. In 1 minute, can do more than 100 cycles function. So really is very high speed productivity to helping the customer to achieve this smart manufacturing.
Right. So it is time saving and also improve productivity.
Sure, helping customer to achieve the process integration in a very good way.
Yes. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks for you visiting our booth. And you can see a lot of our product. We're helping the customer globally in all the industry. So we are really the best partner for Industry 4.0.
Yes. So everybody's welcome to visit HIWIN's booth, the TIMTOS and TMTS exhibition. Back to you, Kip.
Thank you, Maurice and Daniel. For our next presenter, we'll move on to Earthchain Enterprise Company Limited, a professional manufacturer of MagVice magnetic work holding systems since 1988. The company's electropermanent magnetic chuck EEPM series, permanent lifting magnets ELM series, and new dovetail micro-inching equipment were awarded a Good Design Product Mark by the Industrial Development Bureau, Ministry of Economic Affairs, and the company has received numerous other awards in Taiwan and elsewhere. With ISO 9001 and CE certification, as well as over 30 patents, Earthchain's private label ECE is sold worldwide across 5 continents and has distributors in more than 40 countries. Here to discuss Earthchain's products today is Albert Lin, Sales Department Vice Manager. Over to you, Daniel.
We are approaching Earthchain booth and we'll be joined by Mr. Albert Lin. Hello.
Hi, I'm Albert Lin.
So could you tell me what is Earthchain latest product?
Of course, sure. As you can see here is our EEPG series electropermanent magnetic chuck. As you may know, most of the Earthchain products are focused on the machining centers. But now we have a new product for the grinding machines. Compared to the traditional mechanical chuck or electropermanent magnetic chuck, the features of this is only the on-off will need the power supply. So the advantage is that no power supply means no heat deformation problem.
Right.
For the grinding machine, the accuracy requirement is very precisely, right?
Yes.
Only 1 Celsius degree difference, maybe the accuracy is disappear.
Right.
But for this, only on-off have the power supply. So for this, it's also very safety. During the grinding process, if any problem cause the power failure, the workpiece will always clamp there. Yeah, so it's the meaning of permanent. Yeah, and we also have optional functions. It's the air blow system. Yeah, after the, for example, here. After the clamping on the chuck, maybe you cannot remove it from the chuck surface. But with the air blow system, the air will come from the chuck body. Then you can remove your workpiece very easily.
Yeah, I can see
very
that.
easily. Yeah. And then you can see all the chuck size or pull pitch or the shafts can be customized for different customer requirements.
Yeah, I can see different sizes and shapes.
Yeah. So if you have any grinding requirement, please don't hesitate to contact us.
Yes.
Yeah.
What can Earthchain offer for the automatic production field?
Yeah, you can see here our EPSN and PECM series can be well combined on the robot arm. As you can see here, the robot arm size is a magnetic chuck, and another size is also a magnetic chuck. And the controller box can combine with the machine's CNC and transfer the signal well. So you can carry out the automatic production procedures. Here, control from magnetic chuck here also. Yes. So it means nobody need to stand here to do the operation.
Right.
Yeah. And also there are many different size chuck can be offered. Yeah.
All of them can also be easily customized?
Yes, sure.
So it can fit all the customers' needs?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay. What can Earthchain offer for other industries?
Yeah, we have a special product. It's for the plastic injection machine. Yeah, as you can see, this is a demo machine of the injection machine. Yeah, and the stationary plate and the movable plate can be equipment of our EPN chuck. And with this chuck, you can easily upload, unload your mold from your machine very easily. Without this chuck, maybe the customer will need a whole team to do the mold changing job.
Right.
Each mold will cost 1 hour, 2 hour time. For the large size, maybe you need whole day long.
Right.
But with this machine, you can easily do it by pressing several buttons. You can change your mold in 10 minutes. Yeah, it's very, very efficient for the customer. Yes.
It's time efficient.
Yeah, and also you can save huge labor cost.
Right.
Yeah.
And as well, these can be easily customized.
Yes, sure.
That's
yes.
good. And can you show me more products?
Yep. Here, this is a customized EPN chuck for the railroad way. Yeah. For the general fixing device, maybe customer can do 10 micron, 20 micron fit, right? But for this, the cutting unit is counted by millimeter.
So it's very precise.
Yeah, the customer can do 1 minute cutting, 2 millimeter cutting. The cutting efficiency is 100 times.
Yes.
Yeah, compared to other products. Yeah.
Yes.
And this one is a special design chuck for the linear guideway.
Okay.
The linear guideways.
Yes.
Yeah. So with most of the famous Taiwan linear guide manufacturers such as HIWIN, PMI, ABBA, TBI Motion, they all use our product of this. So we hope the global manufacturer can start to use this special product to increase their efficiency.
Yes. So all your products can be easily customized to fit the customer's needs.
Yes, we Earthchain are focused on offering customized products. Yeah, we have the ability and we have the know-how.
Yes.
Yeah, because we do electromagnetic job for more than 30 years.
I can see this big product here. It's more than just electromagnetic chuck, right?
Yeah, as you can see, it's combined the magnetic chuck with the mechanical Shidra chuck. So, for some material, it can be clamped by magnetic force, but for some other materials, such as copper or aluminum, it cannot.
Right.
But if customer need to change the chuck, it's very not so good, right?
Yes.
So with this product, you can do different job in one chuck. Yeah, it's customized for our European customer in Spain. Yeah.
So it's easier to work with more materials without having to spend so much time.
Yes, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, you know this size chuck, if you wanna replace it, you will spend many time on it.
Right, it will take a long time.
Yeah, that's time consumption.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you so much for introducing all your products.
Yeah, as you can see, we have many customized products. We are not only a magnetic chuck supplier.
Yes.
Actually, we can offer the total solution. Yeah. So if you have any special requirement, just contact us.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Daniel. Yeah.
Going back to you, Kip.
Yeah. Thank you.
Very good, Daniel, and thank you for that, Albert. Next on our list of presenters is Habor. For more than 40 years, Habor of Taichung, Taiwan has been designing and manufacturing high-accuracy, constant temperature control cooling units for industrial machinery. Habor provides customized solutions as well as a broad selection of standardized products across the entire range of industrial cooling solutions, including air, oil, and water units for CNC machine tools, grinding equipment, EDM machinery, and more. Here today to discuss Habor products and technology is Ms. Fran Wu, manager of the company's international sales department. Daniel, please proceed with the interview.
We are at Habor's booth right now in the TIMTOS and TMTS 2022 exhibition, joined by Fran Wu. Welcome.
Yes. Hello, Daniel. Welcome to our booth.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So I want to ask, why is accurate cooling important for industrial equipment?
Okay. So you know that during the machining process of machine tools, the high-speed rotations of spindle will generate a lot of friction heat, which will make spindle thermally offset during operation.
Right.
And also will make great impact on the precision of working pieces. So avoiding the deformation problem generated on the machining process, the temperature control is very important. And a cooler unit, which can maintain the constant temperature, is also more and more important during the load change of a machining process.
Now, speaking about cooling, it's becoming more and more important to be aware of the environment and global warming. So can you tell me about that?
Okay, so with continuous depending on a global warming issue, how to achieve high efficiency, energy saving, and low carbon emission is also more and more important for the current environment. So carbon fee, carbon tax, and emission trading system will be an unavoidable challenge for the global supply chain.
Have there been any new advancements in the cooling technology?
Yes, we have HIG series. HIG series is an inverter cooler unit with our advanced technology of high accuracy, intelligent control, and energy saving, and also low carbon emission in response to the high-end working pieces and also the smart machinery.
You mentioned high accuracy. Tell me more.
Okay, so you know that when we talk about the temperature control, we have to maintain the temperature within certain range. This is about the accuracy. So we have various control and the cooling system to control the temperature. The standard one, we can reach the accuracy to plus minus 0.1 K. But with our advanced technology, we can reach, for example, the inverter cooler unit, we can reach the accuracy to plus minus 0.01 K.
And what about the other features, like intelligent control?
Intelligent control, we have our newest controller. The controller is designed by ourselves. So we have a multi-sensor and the very quick calculation to calculate the temperature condition. Yeah, and also the multi-sensor can supply our customer to have a a kind of management. For example, the remote control, the real-time and the visual management, and also they can check the data from the controller to program any kind of curve by themselves. So this is about the smart control.
Yes. And you also mentioned that it is green.
Okay. Yeah, because just like we said that we think about our environment,
yes,
especially for the low carbon issue. So when we design a cooler unit, we also think about friendly environment. So
yes,
we use inverter, compressor, or easy blower, or high efficiency motors. Those parts can help us to reduce the power consumption. So with our HIG series, the total consumption can be reduced by 30 to 50%.
Okay.
Yeah, and also about the global warming issue, we have to think about how to reduce the GWP. So we have our new refrigerant system to reduce the GWP and be kind of be friendly to our environment. Because with this kind of a new system, we can have less use of refrigerant.
That's good. Now, I have another question. I know Habor has 4 different types of coolers.
Yes.
There is water, oil. Can you tell me more?
Okay. You know that our cooler unit is always considered about constant temperature. But for example, the spindle, we have to supply cooler unit to our customer depending on what kind of spindle they use.
Yes.
If the spindle is designed for water circulation, then we have to supply water cooler. If the spindle is with oil circulation, then we will suggest the oil cooler to our customers. But the environment is also a very important factor because, for example, in European area, the environment may be better than Asia countries. I mean, in Asia countries, we always have a kind of high humidity.
Yes.
So if customers use water cooler, they need a high frequency to clean the water tank. So this need high cost. So usually for European customers, we suggest the water cooler. But in Asia side, we always have an oil cooler. Yeah.
So it's related to the weather condition of the area.
Oh, yes. The environment condition, also water quality.
We have a live feed on the TV of one of the coolers working in the Taichung factory. Can you tell me more about it?
Okay. In this show, we would like to show our customer how our cooler unit can work for the smart machine. So we have a TV to show the live temperature status from the Taichung factory. The Taichung factory is from YCM. They have a machine working with our inverter cooler unit. So we can see the real data about temperature condition, or the power consumption, or the current of any parts, or the cooling efficiency, the real cooling efficiency working from our cooler unit. So we have many parameters which you can show our customers any kind of data. Then they can use those data to program any kind of curve or table for their management.
Okay. Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, it's our pleasure. Yeah.
Go back to you, Kip.
Yeah.
Very good. Thank you, Fran and Daniel. Our last presentation today will be from Mike Enix, Vice President of Sales at Technics USA. Since 1997, Technics has been providing a broad range of tool holding and other unique and productivity-enhancing solutions to manufacturers throughout North America. In addition to its extensive offering of spindle tooling, including collets and collet chucks, shrink fit holders, and hydraulic chucks, as well as magnetic, work holding, and material handling systems. Technics has partnered with select industrial distributors throughout North America to bring you its solutions and provide knowledgeable local support. Good afternoon, Mike. Thanks for joining.
Hey, thanks, Kip. And thanks, everybody, for taking time to join the presentation. Excited to talk to you today. So today we'll talk a little bit about Technics Tool Group, a little history of the company, brief, and also an overview of all of our solutions and support. So Technics Tool Group is the combination of two industry-leading brands, both Technics as well as Parlec. So Technics acquired Parlec back in 2017, and Parlec has a deep history, actually been manufacturing in the United States since 1941. Obviously not tool holders that entire time, but very, very strong brand. And the combination of Technics and Parlec make up Technics Tool Group. And we'll talk a little bit further down the line on what those two brands kind of represent in the marketplace. Our headquarters is here in Indianapolis, Indiana. That's where our sales and inside sales and support and our warehouse operations exist. Parlec is in upstate New York, right outside of Rochester, a town called Fairport, New York. And about 70% of the Parlec branded items are manufactured right here in the United States, in New York. And then we also have a West Coast warehouse. This is going to service our West Coast customers and provide, that same day or next day shipping option for folks on the West Coast. We've got a really broad solution in terms of spindle tooling. So our focus is exclusively from the machine spindle to the cutting tool. So unlike a lot of our competitors where their primary focus is carbide, both inserts and cutting tools, we really focus on the spindle and maximizing the machining process by optimizing the spindle connection or optimizing that tool holder. So you can see we've got everything from collet chucks, end mill holders, face mill holders, all the way up to some more high performance, very high performance solutions like shrink fit, milling chucks, our Eros collet chucks, which is a really extraordinarily accurate collet system inside of our Parlec brand, and then slim fit chucks, which is going to be great for those mold and die applications or when you got to get down around a fixture, and then also hydraulic tool holders. We'll talk a little bit about each one of these technologies as we move along. Angle heads are, of course, are going to increase the efficiency of your machine, allow you to do work in one operation rather than multiple steps or multiple operations. And then in addition to the spindle tooling, we have many time-saving solutions like magnetic work holding. Magnetic work holding is great because it gives you access to all 5 sides of the part, so the top as well as 4 sides of the part, and it just allows very, very fast setups and part changeover. We'll do a lot of applications with again, mold and die. Very large plates is a very common application, but really anybody that's trying to save time, not having to mess with clamps, vices, anywhere where you've got more of a mechanical setup relative to work holding, where you just want to be able to put the part on the magnet, activate the chuck. And this is not a grinding application. This is for heavy milling. So a great time-saving solution there. Aggregate heads. Aggregate heads are fantastic. Again, adding another axis to your CNC machine. These are mostly used on CNC routers. Probably our most popular application now is actually for composite machining. Any time that you have to control the depth of your machining process, think about drilling and countersinking on a large aircraft part or controlling a sanding depth on an aircraft part. That's what an aggregate head is going to do. And then magnetic deburring is great for small parts. So the rule of thumb that we use here is parts that are smaller than your fist and that you could remove the burr with your fingernail, kind of push around the burr with your fingernail. Anything more aggressive than that, and this is probably not a great solution, but the types of parts that we do on here are small, typically non-ferrous parts. So think about titanium bone screws for the medical industry, small connectors that come off of Swiss machines, light parts where you've got a very intricate cross hole or ID that you got to get down, and because of the magnetic the pin media that we use, you get the same type of energy on the ID of the part as you do the OD. We also manufacture our own shrink fit machines. So years and years ago, we decided that we would manufacture these right here in Indianapolis, and we've got 3 primary machines, everything from an entry-level unit all the way up to more high production, kind of more capable machines. And we've placed about 900 of these over the last 6 years, so extremely reliable and very, very easy to use. Also, we get into material handling, so kind of building on our magnetic solutions. We also do both permanent rare earth magnetic work holding as well as some electropermanent for larger parts. So why tool holders matter? So again, we focus only on that tool holder or that spindle connection between the machine spindle and the cutting tool. So it's typically sometimes an underestimated or undervalued component of the overall machining process. Folks will go out and they'll buy the most expensive machines and really try to optimize the cutting tool, and they'll put it in an old end mill holder, or they'll rob a tool holder from another side of the machine from another part of the shop. But really, you're only good as your weakest link is what this slide is talking about, is really optimizing the tool holder, not only using a high quality tool holder, but the right tool holder for that job. And as you do that, and you're able to minimize not only TIR, but also the rigidity in the cut, you're going to extend the life of the perishable cutting tool, as well as prolong the life of the spindle and the spindle bearings. We have many solutions that are unique to Technics and or Parlec. In this case, this is one of our systems that we created for small diameter tools. So anything under a 1/2 inch or 6 millimeter, and really shrink fit sometimes can be problematic at the small diameters. Your tolerances between the bore and the shank become very tight, requires a lot more heat to extract the tool from the tool holder. So this was actually a collaboration that we did with Mitsubishi Carbide, where they came to us and said, hey, on our small diameter coolant through drills, we really don't want to use shrink fit. We need a very, very accurate collet system. And you can see on the right pictured an ER16 collet and how much of it protrudes out of the collet pocket. So we worked in conjunction with our supplier in Taiwan, and you see on the left a collet that looks a little bit more like a TG style collet. So you're not twisting the top 30-degree angle. You're more reliant on that shelf, and you have a smaller counter bore, so you get more of the collet that actually makes contact with the tool shank. So all of that technology really just adds up to way more accurate collet and accuracy in a more consistent way. So it's not uncommon in an ER setup at small diameters to get 2 or 3 tenths in one setup, and then the next time get maybe 8 tenths or even 1/1000ths. So it can be, you can end up kind of chasing your tail relative to tolerances. I talked a little bit about our slim fit collet system, and this is going to draw the collet in from behind on a 4-degree angle, so there's no nut, which allows a very small nose clearance, very accurate collet, and again allows you to get down, like the picture on the top right shows, down inside of a cavity without a lot of obstruction from the tool holder. So a really good solution that is great for tight clearances. We do offer a complete line of shrink fit tooling. Pretty much every spindle taper that would be available. So BT all the way through CAT, HSK, many different gauge lengths. Coolant ported options, like the tool that you see laying down on the right hand side. That's actually a tool that we made for Boeing. That's very, very unique in terms of the wall thickness. So they do machine a lot of titanium, and they said, you know what, we can't have a thin wall with our shrink fit. We need a really robust solution so we don't blow the side out of that tool holder. So would be an example of one of the specials that we would make for them. And then hydraulic tool holders. Hydraulic holders are great because you just have a T-handled wrench that allows you to do tool changes. No machine, shrink fit machines required. Don't even have to take the tool back to the tool crib and put it in a fixture to do a tool change. So these are great in production environments. Automotive guys love hydraulic tool holders. The bladder will fill with this hydraulic fluid that provides a very uniform collapse on the shank of the tools, so they're extraordinarily accurate and historically not great for heavier milling applications, but with our new Triton chuck that you see on the left-hand side, that actually has a beefed up design, heavier wall, and more engagement with the shank that allows you to do some heavier machining. This would be our sleeves that would be used in conjunction with our hydraulic holders. Anytime you use a sleeve, of course, you're stacking tolerances and your holding power is not going to be quite as great. But we've developed a compound that we actually embed in the ID of not only hydraulic sleeves, we actually do this in shrink fit holders as well. And it just creates a little bit more bite in the bore without affecting concentricity to prevent any tool slippage or tools pulling out of the tool holder. We talked a little bit about our shrink fit machine. So this is going to be our shrink station, our entry level machine. Moving along, these would be the three machines that we have all the way up to our quencher, which is going to immerse the tool holder down into a mixture of coolant and water, quench the tool. The entire process of shrinking and cooling takes about 35 seconds. So again, these are all built here in the United States. Local service, local support, local knowledge on how these things are designed and built. And a lot of times, customers, especially in production environments or ones with really extreme applications, maybe an off-the-shelf solution is not going to get the job done. So we have our turbo turn division, and with our North American manufacturing capability, if a customer needs a longer tool holder, maybe a really long gauge length, or it's an HSA 100 or 125, whatever it might be, we can do specials and we can do them very quickly. This capability, turbo turn, so we're doing specials in as little as 5 or 6 weeks. So if you don't see something in our offering that's a standard, please keep us in mind for anything that might be kind of a unique solution. Talked a little bit about the spinner. This is going to show you some of the types of parts that it'll work on. So, again, very small parts, intricate cross holes, like in the after part that it shows there. What we do there is we ask customers to send us their parts. We've got a lab here in Indianapolis. We'll run it in our whatever media that we think is going to work best on that particular part, and then send it back to you and let you be the judge from there. And then our work holding, which we talked a little bit about. So the great thing about this is you'll actually plug the magnet in, charge the magnet. It switches the polarity of the permanent magnets that are inside of this chuck. And now we've got that part. We can actually disconnect it from the power supply, close the doors in the machine, and that magnet is going to be activated until the next time we plug it in and then deactivate it. So, and great for large parts, great for plate work, great for in mold and die applications, on horizontal machines, in verticals, it doesn't really matter. It's a great solution, and again, just very fast part changeover and setup times. And then our magnet about. And then one of the capabilities that we bring to the table is we really, we're not able to be present at the TIMTOS show. And really, trade shows over the last couple of years have been pretty scarcely attended. So we've got 3 demo vans, one in each region of the country, that we can take the trade show to the customer. So we have our spinner deburring machine, we have our shrink fit machines, magnetic work holding, and of course we have all of our tool holders represented in the vans. And we can roll right up into a shop. It's a very, very powerful sales tool, and really lets customers get hands-on with our technology and see the benefits firsthand. I know I went fast today and covered a lot of material, but hopefully gave you a nice overview of all of our capabilities, both on the product side as well as some of our support. Kip, I don't know if any questions came in during the presentation, but we'd be happy to field some.
Yeah, very good. Thank you, Mike. That was excellent. We did get a couple questions. And if we don't get to them all, then just be aware that we'll respond by email to any unanswered questions. First one I've got here is Jim from Minnesota. He wants to know when he should use a hydraulic chuck versus a shrink fit holder.
Okay, that's a great question. Again, hydraulic chuck relative. I tell you what, I'll give you the benefits of both, and then maybe the application. So, hydraulic chucks again are going to be a bit more user friendly in terms of changing the cutting tool. So again, if you've got an environment where you want your operators to be able to change the tools right there at the machine, from an accuracy standpoint, they're going to be very, very similar. And hydraulic holders have always been known really, really great for drills, high precision drills, as well as reamers, but not so great for heavier milling applications. Now, as I mentioned, our new Triton line does close that gap a bit in terms of a hydraulic holder that's more capable of doing. Shrink fit is great because it makes the cutting tool and the tool holder one solid component. So in terms of rigidity, where you're really pushing a lot of side load against, or a lot of side force against the cutting tool, shrink fit is going to be the optimal in that case. So you just get minimal tool deflection. So utilizing sleeves are only hard to about 45 Rockwell. So you're still going to get some deflection as you're really pushing that machine sideways.
Very good. Thank you, Mike. And we're going to go ahead and wrap things up now. Remember, you can revisit this webinar anytime you wish after 6 o'clock today, Eastern Time. And any unanswered questions will be answered via email. As always, SME and SME Media can help you keep abreast of developments in automation, robotics, and smart manufacturing on our website, www.sme.org. We'd like to thank everyone for joining this SME Media webinar. We hope you found it informative. And if you're interested in learning more about the TIMTOS TMTS 2022 show, you may log on to its official website at www.timtos-tmts.com.tw. Again, thanks for joining.